My sister was shot.
Your sister was. Is she going to the hospital? Is she outside with you right now, or is she still in the school?
She's out. She went to with the paramedics.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Kathy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're glad you are safe.
Yeah. I wish the best for your sister too.
Okay. The picture you're looking at right now is from the command post at Columbine High School, which is about a block and a half away. You can see a lot of police activity out there. Apparently, this is still going on. The gunmen are still inside the school. We do believe that there might be still students inside the school, too, although the police are not confirming that. We have had reports of an explosion. Oh, it's been about 20 minutes now since the last report of an explosion. So apparently the SWAT teams are gathering and trying to figure out what to do next.
Right. If you are a parent and at home watching this right now, we understand how frightened you must be. Do not go to the school. As you can see in this video, it is a chaotic situation as it is. This is the phone number for you to call, 303-982-6836. Again, 303-982-6836. At the school right now is Greg Moss. Greg, what's the latest from your end?
Well, actually, the chaos, at least here, has died down just slightly, Kyle. This is the staging area for the SWAT teams and for the tactical teams that are going in. We hesitate to get you a whole lot of more information right now. We've been asked to be a little less specific from this location, but there are SWAT teams from about 4 or 5 districts on scene right now. We have at least 70 to 75 different police cars here. We have Flight for Life that has landed and is still on the football field here. That is obviously to take the most critically injured, some of which may still be inside the school. We have lots of fire districts here as well. And I'm right at the police line, as you can see. This is the line which they have asked us not to cross. And about, less than a block and a half or so is the high school itself. And we're looking at the football field and the massive amounts of police officers that are on scene. And we can't stress enough, as police are, and you just emphasized, Kyle, the police are asking that parents, please, as difficult as it may be, please stay away. Lots of emotion running around here. Most of the students who were witnesses or perhaps saw something have been taken away by detectives who are still trying to piece together what happened. Again, what we're hearing is there still may be at least 2 suspects inside. They may have found where they are, or at least they have a pretty good idea where they are. Let this police officer underneath the tape here. Hang on just a second. Again, automatic weapons are involved, and they do believe that some explosives, perhaps pipe bombs, were involved, and some of them might indeed have detonated. You're looking now at some of the SWAT team members who are still assembling. Again, lots from different districts, and we have helicopters circling overhead as well. That's pretty much what we know right now. We're still trying to track down the public information officer. We should have him in a few minutes, we hope, and we'll get some more specific information. As you might imagine, they're still trying to piece it together, and it's extremely difficult to figure out exactly what's going on because you're getting lots of different stories.
Right, Greg, it seems we've heard so many eyewitness accounts that so many children, so many students saw these men.
Right.
They must have been all over the school.
Well, they're not sure exactly. We do believe that they began this whole thing inside the cafeteria and perhaps then started wandering the schools. As you might imagine, when something like this happens, there's mass panic.
Right.
And from the witnesses we've heard who were inside their classrooms, that's indeed what happened. No one knew what was going on. There was mass panic, and apparently the gunman then moved into the library. At one point, police officers thought they were on top of the roof. They have since secured the roof, we understand, and are pretty sure that they're inside the building. They do not know how many students are inside, although there's a good bet that most of them are out, unless there are some still inside injured. We do believe that there were some at one point who had barricaded themselves inside the cafeteria after the suspects left. And those are going to be obviously difficult students to get to until they get a little more handle on this situation.
Yeah, as a point of information, Greg, it is not a small high school. 1,800 students go to Columbine High School.
Yeah, it's a big high school, and obviously when the police start this kind of operation, they're going to go through this very detailed and slowly to try to figure out where these suspects are located. And first and most importantly, make sure that they get all of the injured and students out of there, and hopefully they'll do that very quickly.
Have you heard any more explosions?
We have not from this vantage point. We understand that there were at least 2 explosions earlier on, and that kind of jives with what the eyewitnesses were saying, that these suspects had pipe bombs inside their trench coats along with the automatic weapons.
Okay, Greg Moss at the scene. Thank you very much. We will check back with you later. The phone number that we are putting on the screen is a phone number that parents only can call to get information. Jefferson County Sheriff's Department is requesting that parents only call that number. We'll get it up for you here.
982-6836.
Okay.
Right now I want to go to Erica Wilner, who is standing by at Swedish Medical Center. Erica, have you seen many victims come in there?
We have, Kyle. We saw 2 victims come in just a little while ago. There are 2 ambulances here. These are unrelated cases. These are not shooting victims. But just about 5 or 10 minutes ago, 2 ambulances came in with 2 victims, 1 in each. We do know that Swedish Hospital is expecting at least 1 more victim. Those 3 victims, head injury, back injury, and ankle injury. We do not know the severity, but a spokesperson for Swedish Hospital says all 3 of those patients are conscious. 2 of them have already been brought in. They are waiting for 1 more, and of course the Air Life helicopter out there would land here if need be. We are told victims are also going to Denver Health Medical Center and St. Anthony's. There are a number of police officers here, at least a dozen at one time, just here to do what they can do to see if there is any help needed. The doctors and nurses are standing by here ready for anything, and we understand that people who are not working are calling in to see if they can help. So Swedish Medical Center is getting prepared for the worst. They don't know what to expect, but so far they have 2 victims, at least 1 more on the way. Gary and Kyle?
Have any parents or students shown up there?
Not that we have seen, no.
Okay, Erica Wilner at Swedish, thank you very much. We'll check back with you later.
Okay.
We do know that at least 8 people in one location were being treated at the scene, and they were getting ready to move them out.
On the phone right now, we have Jeff Goodwin with the State Patrol. Hi, Jeff. What's the latest?
Hi. Well, I can't tell you much about anything to do with the victims, but I can tell our the viewers out there what to pay attention for and stay away from this area. On the north end of the school, the big intersection is Pierce and Bowles. And from that intersection, if you go west out to Wadsworth, it is shut down near the Southwest Plaza Mall. And on the south side, Pierce and Coal Mine, near the King Super Shopping Center out there. And it's just probably about a 5-6 block square area, and it is just cordoned off. So we advise everybody to stay away.
What's the scene from your vantage point now? What are you seeing?
Well, I'm behind one of the big rigs right now from Arapahoe County Sheriff's Department just to take cover. Since I got here about maybe a half hour ago, I have heard shots. We took cover behind our patrol vehicles, and it sounded like heavy shots, as in a long rifle or some kind of an automatic weapon. And that's all I know at this point. So we have heard shots, and we know that we definitely have victims here.
Okay, is the State Patrol getting involved with this as far as any of the SWAT team action?
We have our guys on standby at this time in case we're called in to assist. Some of the other agencies that are here, like Arapahoe County and Denver and Jeffco, right now they have a lot of their people geared up and getting ready for any kind of action that needs to be taken.
Okay. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it, Jeff.
Sure, Kyle.
You know,
Sure.
Jeff is saying to stay away from that area. In this video, though, we just saw a boy riding a bike, a couple of very concerned-looking parents in the area. Again, please stay away. It is still a very much of a hot situation, a volatile situation. We believe the 2 gunmen are still inside.
Yeah, we can't stress enough that we don't know how this is going to be resolved yet. So when we talked to Ginger Delgado earlier, she was on the back side of the school and said that there were students that were coming out there, and some were hiding, and there was a triage unit set up. So it's still a very confusing situation there, and we do think that there may be students inside the school yet. We think the suspects are probably inside the school, the 2 suspects, and we think that there may be also victims inside the school.
Right, Greg Moss was saying he's not receiving much detail from the authorities, as you might imagine, but apparently they have an idea, a good idea, as to where these gunmen are in the school right now. Jonathan Ladd is on the phone again with us. He is a student that was in the school when this happened. Have you heard from any of your friends? Did all your friends get out okay?
I have no idea. I haven't heard from a single one.
You're at home alone right now?
I am.
And when you said you ran out of school as fast as you heard, tell us about you saw bullets ricocheting off lockers?
I heard them as I was leaving the school, rounding the corner from where the gunmen were shooting down the hall at. Just as I rounded the corner, I heard gunfire immediately after, bullets ricocheting off the lockers directly behind me.
Now, Jonathan, I know you've talked to us about this before, but we have viewers that are tuning in all the time. What were the other students doing during this? Was there a lot of panic?
There was. Before I was, aware of what was going on, there were students running, teachers running. And once while I was outside, there was a bunch of...
Several students. We talked to a student about 10 minutes ago who was actually hiding outside of the school in a bush, and he called us on a cell phone, and he was afraid to expose himself to the school to go run to safety, but I think he did. So that's the kind of situation we're dealing with there. It's very uncertain right now.
Gary, we understand that Leawood Elementary School is just 2 blocks from Columbine High School. Parents, for those of you with children there, do not go to that school either. The school is in lockdown. None of the kids can get out. No one can get in. Again, this is Leawood Elementary School, which is 2 blocks from Columbine.
Okay, we also have some other information here. We understand that the phone number that we've been putting up is not working. It was a parent's phone line for the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. We're asking parents right now, I know it's difficult, but just keep tuned into us and we'll try and get you the information. The phone line has overloaded and it is not working, so give it a rest for the time being and we'll try and get you information on that. We're also asked by the police to announce that any Columbine High School student who can hear us, who are listening right now, should call the police. I understand you could probably call the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department or the Littleton Police or just dial 911. Tell them you are a Columbine High School student, and they are requesting that any student that is listening right now call the police.
It seems like a lot of students saw what was going on. Well, you said there were 1,800 students at the school.
1,800 students at the school, and apparently a lot of them were in the cafeteria. Well, it was right before lunch hour, or it was during lunch hour, actually, so a lot of them were taking their lunch break in the cafeteria. Let's go to Tony Lamonica.